Hey everyone, Jake here, back with another ramble. I'm not sure if anyone will read this or believe it, but I need to get this off my chest. Maybe for myself, maybe for someone else who might stumble into the same game as I did. About a week ago, I was on Roblox, scrolling through the front page when a random game caught my eye. Nothing flashy, just a snowy thumbnail and a title, Frostbite Mountain. It wasn't trending, no badges, no likes. I don't even know why I clicked it. It's like my mouse just moved on its own. But some forgotten winter hobby, or maybe one of those old exploration maps. Harmless, right? Well, even if it was, I regret checking it out. When the game would, it dropped me straight into a quiet, frozen landscape. No spawn animation, no music, just the sound of wind blowing from my left speaker. I was completely alone. No players, no chat, just snow and silence. The only structure inside was a small wooden cabin, crooked and half buried on the edge of a nearby hill. Something about it felt off, but also important, almost like it was expecting me. I didn't know what else to do, so I walked through the snow, up to the door, and opened it. Inside was a dim, cramped room. The only light came from a single lantern mounted on the wall. Next to it was a sign with one simple message: find a way down the mountain. I grabbed a lantern and stepped back outside. The snow had started falling hard now, thick enough to blur whatever was ahead. Visibility dropped fast, but I kept going, downhill, one foot after another. Nothing crazy, just a long, quiet descent. Or at least, that's what I thought. I was so wrong. Eventually, I reached an open field, a kind of flat clearing between cliffs. That's when I saw something, off in the distance, or should I say, saw me. I couldn't truly tell what it was from a distance, but it looked like a featureless Roblox and potentially colored a cold light blue. I can't say for sure though. But once it saw me, it let out an animalistic roar, and suddenly the ground rumbled beneath me, causing what seemed like to be resembling frozen corpses of Roblox avatars, rising from the dead and looking right in my direction. As soon as they started to walk to me, I tried to exit the game, but it wouldn't work, so I tried running away as fast as I could, trying to find some kind of safe spot or place, but found nothing but a seemingly endless blanket of snow and a rolling blizzard. I kept going though, but eventually I found the end of the world's boundary, realizing that I've met with a dead end. Turning around, I could just barely see the frozen dead coming close, and the featureless thing crawling to me. I continued trying to exit the game, but it seems like the creator put some kind of script that couldn't allow someone to exit the game, which was one hell of an issue for the moment. Seeing no possible way of escaping the game, I just let whatever happened and accept the events that will unfold in the game. As the frozen, walking undead stopped near me, awaiting the cold, featureless creature to come close, the thing got what looked like a sword. Nice sword from the blue hue and crystallized nature of the design. With one slash at me with the ice sword from the frozen being, the game started breaking and eventually crashed afterwards, leaving me the chance to finally quit the experience. It was one of the most bizarre, unsettling experiences I've played in recent memory. On Roblox of all things. But interesting, regardless. Hey guys, Jake again. This is an update on that weird Roblox game I played last week. I decided to check out the game again, out of more of a curiosity, just to see if there was maybe something I missed. Maybe some secrets and whatnot. But the strangest thing is that I couldn't find the game anymore, it seems. I tried searching as best I could, but couldn't find it from the looks of it. But as I was about to give up on my search for it, I realized I got an email from an account I don't recognize. When I went to read it, this was what it said. Return to the man. Nothing else aside from a Roblox link. I did make sure that the link was safe before clicking on it because it could have been some scam, but it wasn't. Clicking the link, I immediately noticed it was the exact same game, same name and everything. I do wonder how this person found my email, just send me this game, like they knew. Could they be the creator perhaps? I'll look into that later on my own time. Anyways, I opened up the game. Going up. Once I was finished loading though, I noticed I was in the same place I was in before. Looked like a chilly, damp ice cave. With a lantern on a nearby frozen table with a chair. Seeming like someone else was here before. Something I also noticed though was the fact that I couldn't move at first. I noticed I had a frozen hue on my avatar, almost like those other frozen avatars yesterday. I tried pressing everything on my keyboard. It didn't seem like I was doing anything for a minute, but eventually I could notice my avatar moving and slowly losing that frozen hue on it. Eventually, I was able to get up and move around, so I walked up to the lantern on the table and grab it, and up to check out the cave. It was as basic as it could get from the looks of it. A simple ice cave area. I would say it wasn't anything special, but considering my previous time with this game, it honestly was more special than it had a right to be. As I was walking around checking the area, I kept noticing some avatars, possibly other users who were frozen like mine for a second. Though from the fact I got out, I guess some people never figured out you could escape. But regardless, it's a tiny bit unsettling to see, but not unusual at this point since this game was already weird from the start. As I continued, I swore that I heard what sounded like ice breaking, or something like a glassy material breaking apart with each step. So, as I kept hearing it get closer, I knew I had to hide once more. So I looked around and found an icy cave wall that I could hide behind. So I immediately went for it. I then noticed that heart rate mechanic showed itself as I did this, where I had to press space each time an outline of a heart met the other, which was a horrible sign from the mere presence of it. I had to keep myself calm to not alert someone, whereas I eventually found out that thing again. As I kept my heart rate steady, the ice creature got close. I was also trying to keep calm in real life, as this was honestly incredibly tense at the moment. But I managed as it crept closer. The heart rate got faster as it got closer, but eventually, seeing that they couldn't find me, they scurried off and the heart rate mechanic goes away. I was honestly a little relieved from that, as I never experienced a mechanic, let alone actual gameplay in such an unknown game like this, considering how my first go was like. After that intense moment, I eventually regained my composure to continue on after checking to see if the ice creature was gone. The cave felt like it stretched on and on as I walked, one foot after the other in a winding maze. I even felt like I was seeing some of the same frozen players as I kept trying to find some kind of way out, reason to quit the game before my curiosity got the better of me. I had similar moments to the encounter previously in between the walking. I would hide from the ice monster to keep myself from potentially having to restart from the beginning or worse. As there was no spawn points of any kind to act as some checkpoint. Just had to get through this in one go, without supposedly dying from the monster if they caught me. As I kept walking through the ice cavern, as the hiding segments stopped, I was starting to notice that my movement was starting to slow, as well as seeing that one side of my avatar that wasn't warmed by the light of the lantern was turning an icy hue. The one thing that could only mean from this was I wasn't going to keep going any longer in this game, because I don't have any way to swap my item to the other hand, so I just let it happen. Eventually I couldn't move anymore, so I was about to quit and call this a dead end, considering how little I could find aside from frozen bodies. But then I heard a familiar sound of ice breaking coming close. I immediately knew that the thing was back. I couldn't do anything about it due to my controls being locked, except for my mouse of course, but even though I knew I could have quit still, I was curious still. I wanted to see what would happen if they got me, or really anything that could happen. Plus I wanted to see what this thing actually looked like, since I never got a chance to see it fully before. Once they got as close as they could to my half-frozen avatar, I now knew that it was truly featureless, Slenderman-like featureless, as well as it being chilly white. The only thing I could make sense of how it looked was the fact the outline shape looked like a Draco-Bloxer. But as I took in what I could from the visuals of the creature, the thing decided to take away the lantern from me, then knocked me down to the icy ground with its leg and left me to freeze. I was just sitting there, looking at my screen, a bit surprised at the events that led up to this. My own avatar freezing alone, like the others. It was a bit spooky, honestly, but strangely cool at the same time. Something I never expect out of a Roblox game, especially not expecting a bad end to come to it. I wonder if there was even a good end to this game. But after taking this in, after my avatar completely froze in ice, I finally decided to quit the game and maybe move on to a different game. Mainly Sword Fight on Heights, just to have something more fun and cheery after all of that. But when I opened up Sword Fight on the Heights, I was a bit horrified to see that my avatar was still in the same ice cave I was in before. I didn't even click on the game by accident. I was on Sword Fight on the Heights, as I could see the player list showing others online. I think it still even had the same HUD elements and such from the game. I would say this is some kind of bug, but I even tried a different game, then another. I was still stuck in the cavern, frozen in the same place. I couldn't even get out of it by matching keys to break free. This was permanent. This was unbelievable. Even typing this, I still think that was even a thing that could be done to Roblox players. To be stuck on a game without any other way of escaping. This meant I had no choice but to make a new account there, because what else was I supposed to do? But as I was about to go to my profile and sign out, I noticed that even my avatar and the icon was frozen too. There wasn't even some kind of accessory or something I put on. It's exactly like the same frozen state as before. But the most shocking thing to come from this was the description. One I never had, nor did I even touch the profile description once, for as long as I had that account. What the description said when I finally read was this: forever trapped within Frostbite Mountain. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna play Roblox for a long time after this, especially since this game really made my account obsolete. I'm probably gonna stop posting blogs for a bit too, to clear my mind of all this. though, do want to give something before I end this vlog. I've drawn some of the things I talked about to the best of my ability, because I don't draw a whole lot. You probably even seen them in the video itself. I don't expect it to be fully accurate, but should help you all get a better idea of what I've seen. So, as a sign off for now, well, you've already seen the drawings. I don't need to say more. I'm done. Farewell. At least until I decide to come back again. Goodbye.